Hello there, this is Cindy at cindybdesigns.com. Thank you for joining me today. This is our November 2025 Wrapped in Share Paper Pumpkin Kit. It's all about boxes. And this is a very, very, very well thought out kit. When I get over to these embellishments over here to make all this, I'll show you, what it's all about. So in this one here, you get all this, and I have it all laid out here for you. You are going to be able to make 8 tags and 8 boxes, and it looks like 4 of each. So I'm going to go ahead and go through this with you, put together a box on my own, like one of each kind, and then I'll come back and then do one with you, and then we'll move on to our alternatives. And this is the video that you want to leave a comment on. And don't forget to hit like and subscribe and all that other good stuff for a chance to win your own free paper pumpkin kit. This one here. So what you get is, colors real quick. Basic beige, cherry cobbler, mossy meadow, and old olive. You get this mossy meadow ink cube here. You get some linen thread. Great stamp set too. Nice. The two from, and it's smaller. I haven't seen one this small this year so far. Sending a little Christmas cheer. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas. You get a nice wreath there. Then, this is mini Stampin' Dimensionals, and then you get some glue dots, and then these little cherry cobbler embellishments. You get a bunch of these little flags here to stamp your sentiments on. And these are, basic beige. It's a lighter basic beige. Then you get 4 tags, and these are white on the back. And, okay. You get, this is one sheet, and this is one sheet. And they're basically the same thing. You just, flip them over to get different looks. And you get 8 of those. And then, of course, you get 8 of these boxes, and I love that gingham pattern on there. And they're going to be pretty simple to put together. I don't think that there's going to be any... You're not going to have to hear anything from the way that looks so far. So I'm going to get this out of the way and bring these into you. This is where this kit just really blew me away. Oh, and all those bows, by the way, too. Before I get into this... in the alternatives, these are like made out of kind of what seems like a watercoloring cardstock. So I'm thinking coloring, watercoloring, anything you want to do, blending brushes, daubers, anything you want to do with this to really spruce that up. Now these are also 2-sided as well. So, again, options. Because in these directions here, you're really utilizing everything very, very well. And I keep saying that word well because, this is just, to me, it's kind of fascinating. And, and again, very well designed. Promise that'll be the last time I say that. And then we have these sprigs here. 2 types of wreaths. Or 2 different colors. And then we have the old olive and mossy meadow wreaths here. So, that's what we're looking like so far. I will put together what I can put together, and then we'll be back to put together a box, and then I'll get some alternatives done for you. Okay there, I am back. I assembled the 2 boxes according to the paper pumpkin directions, which I'm desperately trying to find right now. And a couple things you want to pay attention to. When you see this tag here, like for instance, where we stamp the wreath there, and then on the back, we have a sentiment. You only need 1 tag, not 2. And then, I think that's pretty much it. But I do want to show you, I'm going to show you how to assemble these boxes because you really don't need any adhesive to do it. I just found it easier for me to do it. And when you open them up, just really, really, really super cute. And that tab goes down there, so it's pretty much a standalone box. This would be great for a gift certificate, like a little fun size candy stocking stuffer, anything that you want to do. And I talked about watercoloring this bow earlier. That might be coming up in one of our alternatives. For our first one, we're going to be making kind of like a card tag, if that makes sense. So I got everything kind of pre-cut already to keep it simple. I am going to need some scratch paper here. So what I did was I have a crumb cake card base and then an early espresso. Oh, that's like 2 5/8 by 5.5. And then this is from Woven Textures Designer Series paper. I'm working with kind of limited supplies here because this kit was, you know, designed for tags. And we'll do maybe one of those too. I'm not quite sure yet. This is my first one. I haven't figured out the other ones. This is how I just get everything down on paper, get it filmed, and kind of wing it. This is from the kit. That's going to be our sentiment panel. This tag right here, it was actually cut from the box out of the Abundant Joy dies here. And these coordinate with October, November, and December paper pumpkin kits. So we still have, you know, one more month of that. So I cut that tag out of that, and then this was from the kit. So I figure we'll do, you know, do a little bit of stamping first, but in a minute, because I did tell you, I'm going to show you how to put together that box. And it's really, really, really easy. Like I said, you don't need to do adhesive with this at all. I just, again, I found it easier. See these little tabs right there? I just put some tear and tape on the back of that. And now I'm not going to even use my bone folder or anything like that. I'm going to just use my hands and start, you know, doing my own scoring. Not scoring, but, you know, folding everything in. And these are just really, really simple to put together. Even reusable, like if you want to pop a cookie in there or something like that. You know, we have food safe bags, so you can do that. I am going to pull off my tear and tape here. Okay, and then to assemble, really, really easy. All you do, you want to pull them in on this panel here, because this is what folds over and tucks in. And it's kind of awkward a little bit, you know, just at the angle. I need to make sure I get right on top of that for you and underneath there. And then we will do this one. And plus, it'll stay together really well, too. Or better, because you know how I am with adhesive and stuff staying put together. But again, you know, that's a personal choice. And then we are going to do that. And that's the box. It's really that simple. And then you want to fold this in, and there's that little slit in there that you want to tuck that into. And there is your box. It is that simple to do. And all we do with this is fold it in. And again, tons of options, tons of options. So for our first card, we will go ahead and get back to that. We have that A2 top folding crumb cake that I was telling you about. And I got to check to see if you can see. And I really hope you saw all the other stuff, because I was working closer back here. And, oh, I really hope I don't have to do that again. But let me rearrange here just a little bit. And if I do, I had to cut it out. I'll do another one and then show that at the end of the video. But if we're okay, then we're okay. So I already went over all this together with you. But the first thing I want to do is, I'm not quite sure if I want to go full strength or not onto our cardstock there with this wreath from the stamp set. It depends on how juicy my ink pad is. And if I want to test something, you know what I do? I just like do it right on the back there. And you like put your initials. And is that going to look okay to me? Or will something like this? I want to stamp it off once. Ink it up, and then I'm just going to random selectively lay this down, you know, keeping in mind that I'm going to have a panel right about there. But I do want to fill this up a little bit because it is a really pretty stamp. And I wish there was like a die cut for this one. You know, and you want to move it around. And kind of got to stay on top of that just a little bit. And I got to, you know, throw that line in there a little, or, you know, the bottom of it where there's no leaves, just to make it look like a little bit more random. Okay, I just got to do this side for the most part. Okay, I'm good. So I'm just going to keep stamping off and, you know, twisting and turning my stamp at the same time. And that is going to be it for our little wreath there. I'm going to move this because it's kind of messy. And then just grab my designer series paper here. Measurements, everything like that will be over on the blog at cindybdesigns.com. And there will be a link underneath this video in the YouTube description that will take you right there. Okay, for this one, you know, it's 5.5 up and, you know, top to bottom. So you really want to focus on getting your left and right margins good. And mine are doable. I'm not going to worry about the overhang right now. And then just more adhesive on the back of this. Oh, I hate it when I do that. And it gets everywhere. Which means I'll probably have to stop after this one and go to the sink and wash my hands. I'm going to bring in my Stamparatus, you know, again for the L shape that helps me. You know, you can use a T-ruler if you want to, or anything. I know that a lot of you use a Misty and they have like those pieces, the squares, the T-ruler and things like that that will help you do the same thing. I am just so used to our 7x7, and since there's a patent issue, I really, really, really hope that somebody comes up with something like that. Or Ileana. She's the guy who invented the Misty, so I'm going to have to write her. I want to plug this down right about there. And we are good. And this is just a really simple, you know, neutral Christmas card. Let's go ahead and get our sentiment stamped. I'm just going to bring in our strip there. I'm saving my cube for, you know, something else. I got the full size, why not? Another cute idea, get an ink dauber and maybe a little bit crumb cake on the side of that, and I have company. I'll get back with you.